Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be another reading for the Aries season, so it's going to be dedicated to Blackpink Lisa. I know that she had been mentioned a lot during this series, and the reason why I waited actually a few days to read her is because, as you can see in my channel, I have done a reading about her, and the other G Idol member friendship reading. So or for people that don't know, actually, I do take my time between readings. I don't want to read for that same person like twice a week, because I think that it's very invasive, energetically. I know that probably for some it doesn't make any sense, but for me, I try to leave room, not always be reading for the same energy. These are people that are constantly in other people's minds, people always talking about them, people always mentioning them. So I think that, at least for me and the way I do things, I want to, leave a bit of days so her energy can be reset once we pull cards for her again. So let's remember Lisa's energy. She is an Aries with the moon in Scorpio. So definitely very passionate female. She is very, what you see of Lisa is exactly who she is. I think that in this case, when we think about a moon in Scorpio, especially if we take the example of that Jenny is also a moon in Scorpio. But you see, it works differently for each of us. Not because you have a moon in Scorpio, you have the same character. You probably do have very similar emotional needs, but the way of expressing those needs or expressing your emotional world is not going to be the same. Capricorn is very reserved, and Aries is very more about being straightforward and being a bit more like blunt about how they feel and what they want, and a bit more assertive about going after what they want. So I think that in this case, this very private, mysterious morning in Scorpio of Lisa, what it does for her Aries persona is that it pushes her to be a bit more, a bit of a magnet, to get what she wants. She definitely has a strong aura, but, it's not that mysterious, it's not that complex. I think that she uses these two signs to actually build a very strong but profound personality, but not to be so. I think that in time, probably she will learn to be a bit more strategic. Probably in time, after actually living a lot and going through different disappointments, because when I always read for Lisa, she is an Aries, so she's someone that she shows herself the way she is, and she's like this very happy child. She has very vibrant energy, she shines so much. She's so full of life, and she is so comfortable in her skin. But I think that as much as she goes through life and she experiences things, she starts to realize that she needs to be a bit more calculative, about, okay, who do I show myself to? Who do I share my things with? And I think that this is where actually the intuition of being a moon in Scorpio is going to help her through her life, giving her a bit of a heads up, about like, maybe you should look better into this situation, or maybe you shouldn't trust that person right away, because I think that sometimes Aries people are very naive, they seem very strong, and they have this very a strong personality, but inside they just want to be loved like everyone, and sometimes they show themselves just the way they are, and some people don't appreciate it, or some people just want them to be less themselves, want them turn into something else to fit their own needs. So I think that in this case, since for a moon in Scorpio it's very important to have trust in relationships and to be able to trust people. I think that probably the people that could potentially like be fake or betray her in somehow is going to be lessons for her to be a bit more selective about who she open up to, and not be paranoid, not in the sense of okay, I'm not going to talk about myself ever again. It's more about, like just connect with your emotions and like refrain yourself a bit from actually thinking that everyone is your friend. Just like be go slow. Go slow. And sometimes to tell an Aries person to go slow or to actually take a moment to really observe the person or observe, be a bit more like pay attention to little details, just see beyond the surface. Don't just think that because someone is smiling at you that they like you, especially when you are in a business, in an entertainment business, in this industry that it's about appearances. I think that this is something that probably for Lisa is a whole process of learning to be a bit more careful, about who she trusts. So let's start with the cards that she got. She got the Two of Pentacles, the Seven of Cups in reversed, the Chariot, the Queen of Pentacles in reversed, and the Judgment card. So this is a very powerful reading, actually, because it definitely is showing me how Lisa's image or Lisa's persona is slowly like working her way up, or is slowly like building herself or her own value with so little of what they give her. Because actually of all these all the cards here in the spread, the one that really stood out for me and really caught my attention was the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. That it means that she is still this queen, but somehow when it is in reverse, it means that probably the resources that you need to be very prosperous and more abundant than what you already are is somehow limited, or somehow you're not getting it, or somehow when they give you something is not good enough, or it doesn't actually make a difference. Probably there's something about budget. When they give her, when it's time to provide for her something, they always like I don't know if they do this on purpose, but they always somehow like, oh, we don't have enough of this, or you're going to have to manage with this because we don't have this right now, so you're going to have to work with that. And somehow what is making it work is herself. Because we start with the Pentacles here, the Two of Pentacles, that it's about, change, but it's also about you being able to make the change happen for yourself. So she knows that she always has to be on the move. She's someone that she probably doesn't have, like, if she doesn't have a schedule or an activity to do, she still has to move herself. She still has to move her energies, move what she knows, move her body. Like she's always constantly like working on herself. It seems like she never stops like working or moving or training. I think that she's that person that she's not going to sit still until she gets what she wants. And she knows that opportunities are rare, that probably opportunities for her are a bit limited, but she's not she is she the famous the famous phrase, fake it till you make it. Well, she is like this in the sense that it's not about making it, actually. It's more about act as if you already have the opportunity that you had been waiting for. Okay, you don't have that job right now, or you don't have that gig right now, but just keep working on yourself, or keep practicing, or keep moving as if you were already had this and you are already practicing for it. It's a sort of like, yes, being a bit also. I think that she is a great manifestor. I don't believe in manifestation, to be honest. But I think that since she is someone that definitely has a strong energy, and with her moves, and with her talent, and with her charisma, she builds so much for herself. I definitely can see her like working some using her magic, her magical presence to make things happen for herself, and she's a very powerful female. I love her. Um, yes, then we have the seven of cups in reversed, that it means that, yes, that probably it seems, I think that uh, what's actually showing me here that it's really important, and I think that probably the fans know, is that actually sometimes they do, the company or people that promote Blackpink, they want to make it seem like Lisa has a lot of opportunities, like there's always something for Lisa, and actually here Lisa's energy is showing me that in concrete, in reality, all those cups are fantasy, that actually she doesn't have that many options, that somehow they seem to be very limited, or I don't think it's limited. I think they limit this themselves. Probably she does have opportunities, but she never hears about them, or they never get to her. This is why the Seven of Cups is in reversed, because they never get to her. So somehow she knows, but now she's more aware of herself. This is why I think that her energy has changed a lot since the last time I read for her. I think that probably she's slowly like opening her eyes to situations, and it doesn't bother her anymore. She doesn't get emotional, or she doesn't get frustrated, because I think that Lisa, just like any Aries person, probably if she faces some kind of not fair treatment, probably she's not going to be crying. She's probably going to get really upset, because she has a strong personality. She has a temper. She has a strong personality. She can get angry. She can get upset, and she can be very blunt about it. It's just that you don't see it on camera, because actually, well, that's not for you to see. But she's no victim. This is why I always tell people, like she is very cute and sweet with the fans, but when it comes to business, she's a very assertive person, and slowly she is like moving towards what she wants. I think she does have like, and this is very Moon in Scorpio, to be honest, she does have like a hidden plan. Somehow she acts like she doesn't care for certain things, but she is like plotting in behind, making things turn to her favor. And this is something that I'm loving for her, because it seems like she's using her intuition a bit more. Here we have the Chariot. So definitely I think that it doesn't matter how many people want to like somehow um like do some kind of sabotage to her, or sabotage her project. She's going to be successful. We have the Chariot here, guys. We have the Chariot in the middle, so probably they are slowly going to be working on something. I know that some people had asked me for Blackpink's comeback, and I don't know if it is confirmed or not, but every time I pull a card about it, the energies are very vague, and the cards are very, they don't say much. This is something that probably people that are studying tarot, I share this with you so you can take a bit of my perspective. This is why I don't want to pull cards if I don't have like confirmation that the information is true. because there's something about YG especially that they are very basic with their artists. Probably sometimes they do announce things that then it takes longer to be released, or they somehow like it's very disappointed what they do with their PR. Somehow what they announce or is very different from what actually is the final product. So, but I definitely see her moving. Her energy is moving. So, and either it's a solo project, or it can be like something for the girls, for the group, But there, with the chariot here, there's movement, there's work to be done. So I think that I find this more reassuring coming from her energy than actually to trust in a YG statement or something like that, because I think that and then, like I mentioned, probably the budget is not going to be really great because we have the Queen of Pentacles here. So also the Queen of Pentacles can represent the whole group, the girls, like really struggling with. I don't want to say that they don't have resources because they do, but probably what they are being offered is very low quality, to be honest. Very low quality. Like, it's not up to their standards. They probably want a bit more. They want to offer different quality music. Like, there's something, here we have the judgment. So probably someone is going to get fired. So, and not the girls. I mean the production team or someone, because the girls are not going to be, understanding or compassionate. They are going to be very like, also they are going to join forces and they are going to be like, okay, you want us to do a comeback? Like, try harder, like do better, like give us a better content. Like, we don't want this generalistic kind of sound. We want something different because they are the Queen of Pentacles. They are the ones that are making the money. But somehow, since this is in reverse, it means that whatever they are offering her to do a comeback is very poor, or it's very basic, or it's not up to their standards, and they want to show their value as well because they are very famous. So, sometimes it's also about them taking care of their own image and reputation because they are famous. Everyone knows them. So they are like, okay, yes, we got the fame, we got the recognition, everyone loves us. But somehow you're giving us this poor material. Like, come on. Like, and the judgment is like this final calling, is this final announcement. The judgment card is about this final announcement. Like, we are letting you know that we are not going to do the things the way we used to be doing them. Like, something's gotta change. Something's gotta change. We are not going to take this. So, I'm loving this for them. I know that this is a reading for Lisa, but I think that somehow I'm able to see this because of Lisa's very honest nature, and also because um, Lisa is like a child, Lisa is like an open book. So somehow reading for her, it seems like she's showing me really what's going on, probably for the other girls. When I read for the other girls, some of them are really immersed in their thoughts, in their ideas. So they are not very connected to, to they do show concern and worries, but somehow they are worried about their own potential. They are very focused on what can I do to improve. In this case, since Lisa is already on the move, like I put here, there's no cards of thinking here. There's no thinking, there's no mental processes here. Lisa puts the body into action, you know, and she also puts her presence. So somehow she is slowly watching the group identity growing and expanding like it had been happening. I think that if you're a fan and if you're interested in K-pop, you know that this has been going on. The girls are huge. They are very famous. So you know, but there's something about productivity, and there's something about, okay, what I show or what I produce, I want this to be a faithful reflection of my progress. You know, I want, you know, like I want to lift the standard, you know, I want our standard to be higher. So yes, I think that this is going to be interesting, and we will have to wait and see for the next 6 months how this is going to develop for them. So yes, guys, this is all I have for you. This is my reading for Lisa. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.